Hello again. What did I hear? Oh, I know. I heard that the mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel. Speaking about Rahm Emanuel, did you know he was he is a ballerina dancer? Huh? He also belongs to the same gay club as the Chosen One does in Chicago. You know, yeah. That's a different story. But I caught a bit of Fox News. And according to an interview that Bill O'Reilly was doing with a reporter, this particular reporter was fortunate in the sense that he was able to listen in as a spectator in a meeting that Loretta Lynch, the new Attorney General, had with a number of mayors across the country. And O'Reilly said, well, how'd you get in? You know, I mean, he walked and nobody questioned him. But he was the only reporter that was in about a 4-hour meeting. And as one would expect, the mayor from Chicago, Rahm Emanuel, blamed their 20-some-odd% increase in murder on the cops. Not that the cops were shooting anyone, but the cops weren't doing their jobs. You know, they'd rather just sit and watch versus protecting the citizens. And they debated as to, sort of why that was. Well, it might have a lot to do with the way the cops in Baltimore are being treated. You know, those 6 cops that are being charged with murder? Yeah. Hey, Freddie Gray's neck was broken before he even got anywhere near the van. Just look at the video. His legs are dangling beneath him. He can't walk. One of the cops even said he needs medical attention before they placed him in the van. But hey, we'll let the legal system deal with that. This dysfunctional legal system. But anyway, so you got Rahm Emanuel blaming the cops. And then you got the cops in New York. Well, look who they've got. You think they've got someone that's got their back? Bill de Blasio? You think Bill de Blasio's got the cops back? Hardly. So what the cops should all do is just go on strike. Let Chicago melt down, let New York melt down, let Baltimore melt down, let Detroit melt down, let St. Louis melt down, let New Orleans melt down, let Southern California, Los Angeles melt down. That's what would happen if the cops went on strike. How do you blame police when they want to put cameras to watch every move that they make? You know who should be monitored with cameras? Our members of Congress. So we see how they can be playing with themselves. What happened? We just found out that a speaker is going to plead guilty. Not going to plead guilty to his crimes of having sex with little boys, but for giving out $3 million in hush money. You think he's the only one? The goddamn president's a homosexual, for God's sakes. But that's a different story. Rahm Emanuel, by the way, AC-Dosi. And here he is. And his brother, Isaac Emanuel. Isaac doesn't think anybody over 75 should be alive. I mean, he was instrumental in Obamacare and the death panel aspects of Obamacare. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a real big issue, because with no additional funds being given to those folks on Social Security, and with Medicare Part B going up 70%, they're all going to starve to death anyway. Don't have to worry about death panels. The whole thing is insane. I'm going to attach a link, and you're going to be able to read about how Emanuel blames the increase in crime on cops. Yeah, It's never them. It's always, hey, it's their fault. I have nothing to do with this. Maybe it's because cops know that the mayors and the governors don't have their backs. Like I said, they shall go on strike and watch a whole lot of these cities disappear. Because of who? Well, I'm not going to say it's because they blacks, because people will call me a racist. But it's because of the blacks. They're the ones that are doing the murders for turf, distribution of drugs. You don't think that's true? You're not thinking.